And there then is the grid. Auer and Pepper on the front row, ready to go to war at the start of this season. Thomas Priding and Jules Gounon, who makes his first full season in the championship after debuting at Hockenheim at the end of last season. Then it's Maro Engel and Jack Aitken, the only driver in the field to have had more than one podium at this circuit in the current driver lineup. Ian Nguyen and Luca Engsler are up next, starting in 7th and 8th, Porsche and Lamborghini respectively. Ricardo Feller in the sole Audi in the championship, and Marco Wittmann, former double champion, make up the top 10. Ben Durr with his second best qualifying starts 11th. Mirko Bortolotti, though, back in 12th. Maurice Schuring, another of our 5 rookies, and Thierry Vermeulen make it an all-Dutch row at 7. And then row 8, we got Max Powell and René Rast, who said the car felt as quick as it could be, but struggled with speed around here in his BMW. Tom Callender, youngest ever DTM driver, 17 years of age, and Nicky Tim are next with Arjun Maini and Gilles Magnou up next. We've got the Aston Martins in the championship as well. 9 brands. There's Timo Glock. There's Nicola Bart alongside him in the other Aston Martin for Come To You Racing. Fabio Scherer back in the DTM as well. Starts 23rd and 24th on the grid. Chris Hartley and Brian Oliver then to talk you through what promises to be an epic 2025 season. Lucas Auer and Jordan Pepper about to pull the trigger on the season. DTM 2025 gets underway, and the Austrian gets the better start in the Mercedes on the run down towards turn 1. Trying to show his nose in the mirrors is Jordan Pepper. It's side by side for 3rd, but Brining has lost out to Jules Gounon in the Mercedes. A bit wide through the hotel turn for the race leader, but he holds on to the race lead. Great start for Jules Gounon, then straight up into the top 3.
There were 2 cars waiting for him. Here we go. Another look at the start. You'll see in the background Max Powell jumping out of line, but a great start from Lucas Auer there. You also saw just in the previous shot Tom Callender picking up the dirt as he was pushing hard to get past René Rast. This was that first corner, the tricky hotel turn. It's quite a technical turn, quite hard to get it right. Great view on board with Jack Aitken. This is what it looked like, staring at the back of the yellow Mamba of Jules Gounon. So good to have Jules Gounon in the DTM for 2025. And then that drag race into turn 1, the best overtaking opportunity on the circuit. Great opportunity to pick up some places or maybe throw it all away. Rest of the circuit, not so many overtaking opportunities. Thomas Priding on board.
And then Priding 4th, Maro Engel just behind them. Looking back at the battles as they make their way through this circuit, the twists and turns here. We've got the high-speed chicane to come. Car 71 under investigation for a false start, which is Max Powell in the Powell Motorsport Lamborghini, one of the 14 different race winners in the DTM that we've got in this year's high-caliber field. The top 15 score points, so extra incentive for Callender to get past the 3-time champion René Rast. And right behind, he's got one of the Mustangs as well. Arjun Maini shows his nose, the door opens up and Arjun goes through. Lovely move on the way into turn 2, hotel curve. It's one of the slower corners, 2nd gear, 90 kilometers an hour. And Arjun just saw the gap opened up. He didn't need a second invite.
Get Maurice Schuring the elbow treatment as he goes past the Aranya car. Now he's on to Tom Callender as well. There's a replay of that.
Here's Arjun Maini. A replay of him going side by side with Maurice Schuring. This was before, just muscling his way through.
Yeah, he's got a bit of damage there as well on the right rear as Arjun Maini. You can see part of the panel hanging loose.
The Land team are not used to performance pit stops. The series they normally race in, you have a minimum pit stop time, so let's see how they get on. But he has brought with him a race engineer and a data engineer that came from his time at Alps Motorsport. He's lit the tyres up there, that's for sure. And one of them has to work as the lollipop operator, so 4 of them working in terms of changing the tyres on the cars. We've got Thierry Vermeulen already underway with his pit stop, the Emil Pro Racing team. And here they're having his first pit stop as an amateur driver is the reigning champion, the number 1 on the car for Mirko Bortolotti. Away he goes and taking an early stop, and he's not the only one, is he? Vermeulen in, and then we've got Timo Glock making his first pit stop of the season as well. The former Formula 1 driver, 90-odd Grand Prix starts for Timo. Best of 5th in the DTM Championship back in the Class 1 era. Great to see Timo, a very popular figure back. His experience will help. So Ricardo Feller, I'm afraid, has got to come in again because it won't count as his mandatory stop. Here then is Jules Gounon for his first stop in this season's DTM. Rears changed first, then front, dropped off the jacks. Away he goes. Best stop we've had so far. And the answer is not. Breining has kept him at bay for a net third place. Just about. And the longer the lap goes on, the more chance Breining has as fending off Gounon. But this is going to be another test as he comes out of the last corner. Gounon gets a much better run on the curbs. Breining almost has those tyres out to temperature. And here Gounon just showing his nose. It's going to be hard to overtake, but he's going to try and commit around the outside. Two brilliant drivers side by side, but Breining just about fends off the Andorran and holds on to a net third place. Last year's third place in the championship driver is hanging on to a net third. Breining now knows he's probably got one more clear opportunity, and that's going to be into the next corner. But Engel is for now hanging on. He's also got to keep an eye on the mirrors because he's not done with Jules Gounon yet, and more drivers and more cars are about to come out of the pit lane. Look at Gounon! Looks to the inside line is covered. Breining driving on the mirrors, goes a bit deep into the corner on the way to turn 2. Yeah, Jordan Pepper, the South African driver, came over to Europe in 2013, 12 years ago, to race. And that's going to be a retirement, I'm afraid, for René Rast.
With the dust that rose up into the air, the blue flag being shown to Ricardo Falla and to the Aston Martin to let them know that the Aston Martin to let them know that Aintjan Gounon is coming through.
The first one for more than 2 seasons. He goes around turn 13, he comes into turn 14, win number 10, the championship lead, round 1 goes to Lucas Auer.
Well done, congratulations, Luki. Race win, pole position, fastest lap. Well done, my friend. Good start to the season. Thank you so much, man.
Confirmation of the results. Lucas Auer wins for Mercedes, the current manufacturers' champions, and for Team Landgraf, that's their second win in the DTM. Maro Engel won for them.
Great to have him back on the podium. They're jumping on the podium. Third place is Maro Engel.
Yeah, Maro Engel, great effort by him once again, from 5th on the grid to finish 3rd. He'll take that, absolutely. And Jordan Pepper, first time on the podium in the DTM. It only took him 2 weekends and 3 races. I think there might be a few more to come, Jordan, maybe on the higher step at some point this season, I reckon, the way he and the team are going. But for now, top dog is Lucas Auer. This is about trying to win the championship, and he is definitely a contender. Get Ensak from the ADAC, the sports president, presenting the winner's trophy to a huge smile on the face of Lucas Auer. And there'll be some pretty good celebrations with the champagne, I reckon, from the Austrian as well. He's pretty good at that, if I remember rightly. It's his 10th win, his 24th podium in the DTM, his 13th pole earlier. Look at that, pure joy for Jordan Pepper. First DTM trophy, 12-odd years since he came to start racing in Europe. He's always dreamt of being here. And, well, we're used to having very rapid South Africans on the podium in the DTM, aren't we? In the middle, to the left of your picture, Jordan Pepper. To the right, Maro Engel. And now it's time for the final race. He's nearly dropped his trophy there. It's wobbling, but it's going to stay on. We've got an on board on the champagne as well. Fantastic.